right? Like Jordan mentioned Bitcoin. It's like when Bitcoin goes to 200,000, now everybody wants to buy it. It's like the psychology of it all, right? Everyone's kind of scared and timid right now, but there's just so much opportunity to find deals like Jake was mentioning on Thursday. We just call brokers and Preety, I keep saying you because you said that, and like you said, you're good with talking with people. You like being in front of the camera and you're able to knock on doors. It's like you're like 99.99% there. There's just something that you're missing that's like a small little tweak. And I think part of that's the entrepreneurial spirit. And what I always talk about is like reckless abandonment of value add, right? Like Corey and Joseph and Jake and I, like we're all really good examples in a sense. Like we have a call, they have a call, we invite people to our call, their call, whatever. Like nobody's sitting here saying, this is my group, these are my investors. And that becomes a beautiful thing with a long-term approach. Um, One thing that I think would be cool to mention, a cool little win that I just had. I'm at this RV park now that I'm trying to buy, but I bought three RV parks in Corpus Christi about a year ago and two laundromats, and it was a lot of work, like stressful. We all of a sudden had 9 employees. People were stealing from us. People were getting in fights, all this stuff. But we just owner financed them last week, and there's $1 million in profit that we're making on this deal. It's gonna pay out over 3 years or so. But like we bought the laundromats at 550, we got a loan on it, but we owner financed it to somebody at 750. And we bought the RV parks at 1.45, and we're at like 2.2 owner financing that to another buyer. And so that's just me. I've always been all about how can I be curious? How can I ask questions? And it allows me to talk to anybody and not feel like I'm selling one thing. Like I'm not like my only sole goal here is to raise capital or to sell this house. It's just an entrepreneurial approach with everything. And I just whatever I can do to help guys. Like I've been as locked in at this business as anybody you've met, and I say that humbly. But I started when I was 18 as a real estate agent. I was a rookie of the year. I ended up getting my master's degree in real estate. I built and sold a property management company. I own a real estate brokerage in Austin, and we're buying a lot of properties. And by no means is any of this easy, or am I just like making all this money every month? Like it's a grind. I had a personal challenge where I lost a lot of money on publicly traded company, nothing to do with real estate, but that really set me back in some sense. So I've never lost money on real estate. I've always done well at real estate. But at the end of the day, like when you pay taxes and insurance and maintenance and investors, like all real estate is like, how do I just stay in the game 20 years from now, 30 years from now? And look at what you're doing here right now as the blessing. Like we're all here late, pretty late, right? On a call, meeting, connecting, hopefully having fun. That's different, right? That's a different entrepreneurial spirit that we have. And I just want to encourage all of you guys and us and myself to like just try to have a little bit more reckless abandon of just giving, just value, just give, 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 give. And it's not easy, man. Like it's my phone, text, email, like Jordan was saying, like you have to be locked in. It's all day, every day, right? But I'm not working at a clock and I'm able to create and I'm a believer in God and like this business requires faith. Like a lot of what we do, nothing's guaranteed. So I'm buying apartments in San Antonio. I would love for you guys to check it out. We have about 1.5 million left to raise on our Fund 5. And then I'm just constantly being entrepreneurial and trying to be a partner and trying to build. And um, that's my quick spiel. I don't necessarily have a pitch. I mean, I'll put the link if you guys want to sign up, but I'd love to answer questions. I'd love to I'll give you guys my cell phone number and I'm serious. Like if I can help you or support you, I will. I don't ignore people. Like everybody who reaches out to me hears back from me. And I just want to like do things with you guys. I think that's why Joseph and Corey do the call for free. That's why Jake and I do the call for free is like we're not running a coaching business to make money coaching. We want to make money with you guys,
Exactly.
with whoever here. And I was a big Trammell Crow fan, if you guys are familiar, but he was an old school real estate developer, broker, and he really believed in partnering with people. And so that book hit me at an early age, and I can't do anything on my own without God or without people here. And so like that's me. I'll put my number in the chat. I'll put the link to sign up for Fund 5 if you guys want to check it out. And if there's questions or other ways I can add value, I'd like to try to do that.
Yeah, Matthew, why don't we talk a little bit about the team, the people that you have behind your Indigo offering or fund?
Yeah. Uh, so two of my best friends, man, known them since I was a little kid. Oh, thanks for putting that in there, Corey.
Yeah, of
Um,
course.
Robert was a Navy SEAL. He got out of the Navy a few years ago and he called me and he said, "Hey, Matt, I want to be an asset. What do I do?" And me and Alex had been working together for 10 years before that. We own a real estate brokerage and we own a lot of different types of properties, single family and mobile home parks, and, just kind of like over time got a little bit bigger. But what we realize is like you gotta buy commercial deals, and the bigger the better to get the cash flow. So I've known them my entire life. Robert and Alex are operators. They count every penny. They call me the butterfly. I'm out talking to people and networking and trying different things and having different ideas, and it works. And there's challenges with all of it, right? But like that's one thing I've realized is your partners are a huge thing. And Jordan was mentioning that it's like who you pick and what you decide to do and your cadence and like how entrepreneurial are you and how many deals do you want to do is very important. And so like, you got to find people that you trust and like, and, but no, like my mom is their mom, like straight up, they talk to my mom like 2 or 3 times a week, which is a big blessing and pretty rare in the space.
And then the second thing I like to touch on three things usually. So you talked about the people behind the deal. What's your plan behind the deal or the process that you have in place? And then we can talk about the property itself.
Yeah. Well, the approach is based on the market. And where we're at, where we buy is Austin and San Antonio. And these are hot markets, as y'all probably know, right? Like, I mean, Austin was crazy. So 5 years later, there's a lot of motivated sellers. There's a lot of people that overpaid that have balloon payments here or adjustable debt coming up, and they just have to sell. And there's a little bit of a negative sentiment about these markets from a national perspective if you don't really know them. But like Austin and San Antonio, in my opinion, are as good as any markets in the world. I really believe that. I mean, one, you're in Texas, it's growing. The economy in Texas is bigger than the economy of France, right? San Antonio is the seventh largest city in the United States. So like people and jobs continue to come here and they're going to continue to come here. But we're buying deals that people are just straight up losing like everything on. We're just taking over the debt. So the plan is to hang on to these properties. They cash flow immediately, which is rare for these markets. A few years ago, the only way to cash flow was through appreciation. But now we get to cash flow immediately. We're buying at a discount. Like this specific property, we're buying at 98,000 a door and we got 1,100, 1,150 rents, right? And we don't have these crazy insurance premiums. So they cash flow right away. And these are properties that people were buying for 130, 140 a door 5 years ago. So we're also buying at a discount. So the plan is really to get in there, buy as much great assets as we can in these two markets. Cash flow, we pay out monthly. We're waiting to close on one of them. Fund 4, we have all the capital raised. We're just waiting on the lender. Fund 5, we have about 1.5 million left to raise. And people can throw in 20, 50. We work with fund of funds, but it's a $39 million property. We're taking over debt that's 36.5. So the down payment's not that much. And the returns are really high because of the low capital to acquire these deals. Like we're looking at like 4x, 5x multiples with immediate like monthly payouts on them. And when you buy a $40 million deal, typically your down payment should be like 10, 12 million, right? Ours is 3 million. So that's what makes the return so high. and then you're in a growth market. So really excited about it. We were patient. We didn't buy deals when, it was crazy for those that have been around. Um, Money was easy to raise. And that's the other thing, like the market shifts. And that's why the entrepreneurial mindset is something I really believe in is like it will become easy to raise capital, right? But then it will be hard to find deals.
Yeah.
So you try to stay ahead of that the best you can. I saw someone said, "How is that possible on the down payment?" It's because it's assumable debt. So the owner bought it for 45 million. We're buying it for 39, and he's taking a loss. He has to sell because he's losing all of his properties. This property has good debt, but the rest of the balloon payments are here, the rates are adjusting, and he bought 2,000 doors, and he has to sell everything. We're actually under contract on four of them. Like we're just trying to close fund five, and then we got to close six, seven, eight. So we're gonna have continuous deal flow. But the capital's been the challenge, right? Like people are kind of hanging on to their money. They're a little bit tight. And like I said, the deals are relatively easy to find. What I like about this is like Austin and San Antonio are in 4 or 5 years, like I'm not going to be able to buy stuff like this. I'm going to be one of 50 buyers and I'll be the smallest. But I have this window to try to close it right now. And so I'm doing everything I can, to my partners. We're in San Antonio today. I'm talking here, I'm talking wherever I can. And that's just me. And then outside of that, like I want to support you guys and do whatever I can to help you get there as well. So that's my quick rundown. Doors open with TR3, doors open with me personally. I care a lot. I genuinely believe that almost to a fault. Like I don't even know some people here, but like I genuinely to my core believe I'll support you more than almost anybody you come across in the space. And I've taken that as a path. It's a burden too in some sense. Like it's not easy. I talk to hundreds of people every day, and it's a challenge because not everybody's locked in, right? Not everybody has fire in their eyes to do more. But all of a sudden you run across someone like Jake, and you got an epic partner, and so it's worth it. And so I just keep doing it, and I feel like a lot of people here are family to me in a sense. And I see Danny on here. Like I invested not a lot, but money in a deal with Danny, like literally just to do it. And I didn't even really have the money to invest, but like I did it to team up with him, and that's kind of my message here is like we just got to do more to support and build each other up and have that, reckless value add approach.